going to be great because I hope to see you in Decatur, Illinois at the Decatur Celebration, town where I went to college and actually have the privilege to represent now. You were one of the folks I grew up listening to on cassette tape in my Ford Bronco 2 in the 80s. And I got to tell you a real quick story, though. In 2002, my wife, who was a hospice nurse at the time, called me one day at work and said, I just met a young man who's facing neuroblastoma, a childhood cancer, and he's in hospice. And his mom and dad let him get a tattoo of poison. And she said she talked with young Derek Morrissey, talked to him about poison. He couldn't believe that she knew the songs, couldn't believe that she knew who Bret Michaels was. And my wife called me after that and asked me if there was any way I could find maybe even an autographed picture of you. And I went to work, working for a former member of a member of Congress, my former boss. He's still here, a guy by the name of John Shimkus. I called my good friend Morna at the recording industry, and I asked how I might be able to get a hold of your agent. And we did. I called him and ended up sending a letter from Congressman Shimkus. I'll give you a secret. I wrote it. And talked about Derek's fight with neuroblastoma and asked if there's any way that you could reach out or send an autographed picture in time. And let me tell you something, Bret. You showed me and everybody I've talked to since 2002 what a gentleman you are. You not only called that young man, you gave him your pager number. And my wife went to see him the following day after you had talked to him. And a young man who knew he wasn't going to be on this earth long was so happy and ecstatic because of your generosity. That young man was part of a cluster of neuroblastoma patients in my hometown of Taylorville, Illinois. He was one of the unfortunate ones who wasn't able to survive. Others who had neuroblastoma did. And that family and our community will never forget the compassion you gave to him and to his plight 15 years ago. So, Bret, thank you. I don't know if you remember doing this because you probably are this generous all the time with your time, but you have always been an inspiration to me before that, and even more so since 2002. I'm proud to now serve in Congress myself, and I can't say thank you enough because it's people like you that are going to allow us to continue to fight diseases like the one that afflicts you with diabetes and also childhood cancers like neuroblastoma. So come join us in the fight, buddy. I'd love to meet you someday and actually hope I get the chance to in Decatur next weekend.